You better buckle up for this. I'm leaving San Antonio for Denver, Colorado. We're going to the Mile High City. It's gonna get good right now. Let the games begin. My first stop is Timberline Condos.
The Timberline Condominiums, located in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Snowmass Village and only 9 miles from the historic town of Aspen, is the ultimate vacation spot for winter enthusiasts with a ski-in and ski-out location.
Special thanks to Timberline Condos for their support of the Wide Open. The Aspen Snowmass Ski Resort is located in the town of Snowmass Village. The ski area is an impressive 3,362 acres. It has the most vertical feet of skiing in any ski area in the United States. All right, it's time for some snow skiing on the wide open outdoors. Check it out. Well, we've been having a great time skiing here in the Aspen area, specifically Snowmass. And I'm here with Kim Edwards. She's a mountain guide here in the area, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her passion for this area and why she loves it.
Great, thanks Dave. So we've had an awesome day today skiing in Snowmass. There's no other spot in the world like Aspen Snowmass. There are 2 towns, the town of Aspen and the town of Snowmass, and 4 mountains, Aspen, Highlands, Buttermilk, and Snowmass. And today we spent the day, it's been fabulous up here in Snowmass. And as you can see, there's some storms coming in and a lot of snow on the way. So we're gonna take some more runs and have a great day.
You ready?
Let's go.
It's time to meet John Judy for lunch and then some ski lessons. All right, I'm with John Judy. He's a ski instructor here with Snowmass Village, and we rode up Big Burn, and then we skied down to right here so I could introduce you to John. Tell us a little bit about the ski school.
Hi, I'm John Judy at the Snowmass Ski School, and like Dave said, I'm a ski instructor, but here they actually call us ski pros because not only do I want to help Dave become a better skier today, I want to make sure he has a great time here at Snowmass Mountain.
So we're going to put some tips and techniques on the board right now. Maybe you'll learn something too.
So, you ready?
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
All right, Dave, I saw you make some turns down there. Looked good, and what you described as being a functional skier, that's very accurate. You're a strong skier. You can get down some pretty steep slopes. But what you said before, some of your objectives and motivations were to try and get smoother in your skiing as well. And I think we can work on that. I think there's some things that you can definitely get it so we're making some rounder turns rather than skidded turns. And it'll be a little less work for you and a little less effort on your legs. All right, Dave, quick question. Are your shins always supposed to touch the front of your boots?
Well, I would say most of the time. How about that?
I'm going to tell you all of the time, 100% of the time they should be touching. So that's one of the always in skiing. Keep your shins touching the front of your boots. Is it always the same amount of pressure?
No, probably not.
It is not. So they're always going to be touching, but not always the same amount of pressure. All right. All right, Dave, I've got another tip for you.
Okay.
So when you're skiing, I want you to look in front of you and pick your hands up until you can see your hands in your peripheral vision, just as you look forward at that tree.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You got that?
Got it.
So keep your hands there when you're skiing.
Right there.
Even as you make a turn, be really disciplined to keep them up.
And why does that matter?
So it's going to keep your weight balanced in the middle of your ski to the front of your ski rather than moving you back or in the back seat as we call it.
Okay, got it. Peripheral vision, both hands.
All right, another thing we can do to make sure our balance is where it's supposed to be is to flex our ankles and kind of bounce. We don't want to bend our knees so much as think about bending our ankles and moving our knees towards the front of the ski without moving our butt down. So if we keep our ankles flexed, try and ski like that, that'll help keep us balanced.
You know, I think I've seen people go down the slopes and they're just kind of bouncing on their skis.
A lot of good skiers will do it just to find that center point on their skis, find a good balance point. Yep, absolutely.
That's an excellent tip. I'm gonna try it out.
All right, when you're trying some of these exercises and it feels a little awkward, and even if you catch an edge and might fall, that's okay. If we're falling, if we're on the brink of falling or it feels a little different, that means you're trying something new. You're getting out of your comfort zone, and that's the way we learn. All right, Dave, I'm gonna have you follow me down this slope here, and I want you to follow in my track, but more importantly, I want you to keep your eyes on me and try to follow what I'm doing with my body as we ski down. Nice, doing a few J-turns here. Really feeling what it's like to get up on edge. How did that feel?
It was awesome. It got real quiet when I was on edge.
Key word, quiet. If you're doing a carved turn and you're using your edges, you're doing carved turns instead of skidded turns. Very nice. What can I do to my edges if I dive down the hill?
His tip there.
Yeah, I can tip them on edge so I start turning. So do you remember we talked about turn shape?
Yep.
So if I start moving my body down the hill, then my skis have started to turn already up here. Yeah, so I want to start turning and tipping my skis over earlier in the turn and not saving it all for the end of the turn.
So he told me make quiet turns and work on whatever you need to using the things you learned just now to make quiet turns, and I really felt the difference.
I saw a difference. Now we give 5. Nice job. Finally saw some turn shape there from Dave. He's tipping his skis over, looking good. They're starting to look like C's instead of L's when you're coming down the mountain. I like it.
Smooth turns, that's the goal.
All right, we just finished doing an exercise called long leg, short leg, where you're trying to extend that outside leg as long as possible and let the inside leg collapse as we were going through that turn.
Sure.
That really exaggerated and accentuated how much weight we're putting on that outside leg. You know, if you ever see a World Cup skier in a really sharp turn, standing on that outside foot, he's putting as much as 5 G's on that outside foot, or in that turn in general. That means he's putting almost 1,000 pounds on that one ski. So he's got to have that leg long and strong. So what does that mean to your skiing? We're not going to pull 5 G's in the turn. We don't weigh 200 pounds. but it will make us more efficient, and we'll get less tired and have a little more effortless skiing. So a few times when you've been making a turn, I've seen you pick up your inside ski and kind of point the tip in the air a little bit.
A little step turn.
Yeah, so what that indicates sometimes is that your weight is either too far back, or in the back seat as we call it, or to the inside. And we want to be moving in the direction of the turn, and we're going to practice some exercises to get us in the driver's seat rather than in the back seat.
All right, it's all about weight transfer.
Sounds good. All right, so when we're talking about what we want our feet to do when we're skiing, we want to have them nice and relaxed and flat on the bottom of the ski boot. Unlike other sports that we use the ball of our foot and push off of it, we try not to do that in skiing. We keep our foot nice and flat and relaxed in the ski boot. All right, so when we want to initiate a turn, we do want to transfer our weight to our new outside ski. And if we look down the hill and stand up tall, our skis are going to want to start moving down the hill. So why don't we give that a try?
Okay.
On Wide Open, we'll take you to the next level. Subscribe today.
John, that was totally awesome. I mean, I had a couple turns where I felt like my hip was like 6 inches from the snow. That's where I'm going next.
Yeah, I had my doubts about you today. I wasn't sure you were going to be able to pull it off, but looks like you had some fun. Did you have fun today?
Yeah, definitely.
All
Great
right.
day.
Well, we checked that box, number one. And number two, we got a lot of exercises and drills done. But, you know, most importantly, when you're practicing those things, go somewhere that it's comfortable and you're comfortable and you have confidence. Go to some green terrain, some groomed terrain. First thing in the morning is a great time to go out, fewer crowds, and practice those things and master them where you're comfortable. Then you can take them to the steeper blues, the blacks, and even into the bumps.
Well, I tell you what, I've got like all these things banging around in my head. You know, what about my hands and my pivoting and my shins? But guess what? Knowledge is power in the wide open outdoors. And John, I had a great time and I learned a lot. I can almost see myself in a year from now, turning and burning.
I'm skiing and filming with no poles. That's a technique that will help you work on your balance. This place is over the top. And I'll tell you this, skiing with skiers that are better than you will help you take your game to the next level.